Yeah, you make a good point. You don't have to jump into social media to be an influencer. Like I didn't do that. I just jumped in because I loved making the videos. I loved sharing our way of life. And it actually kind of started when I went to Lubbock Christian University, which is not an ag school. And being in Lubbock, Texas, in the panhandle of Texas, I thought, everybody would know what was going on in ag. And they knew a lot about cotton farming and what corn and cotton looked like. But as far as the cattle side, man, my friends just didn't know. And I don't hold that against them, but I really kind of held it against myself because we had not shared what was going on. And so that really changed the way that I looked at things because for 4 years, I just saw how the questions that they were asking. And so it was just kind of for fun. Like, yeah, I love talking about my cows. Let's talk about them. I love talking about my horses. Let's talk about them. And it just kind of started with, I would make like $50 a month off of it. And I was like, nice. Like we can go have a steak dinner. My wife and I can do that. And as it just stumbled in, and I had one video do extremely well, and it alone paid me almost $1,000. And I was like, oh, I could make this a thing. I could make this a business. This could really make a difference. This doesn't maybe more than just a steak dinner. And as of this year, um, we've made the decision. My wife was a school teacher in town, and because of social media, we've been able to make the decision for her to stay home and be with our three girls and with me and be at the ranch more, which has been incredible. So yeah, it can be your $50 steak dinner and have fun with it. But I just really dove in. Dove in head first, and it's really made a difference in our family's life, and then for the ranch too, because I think we get more exposure. I think we get more exposure from that, just getting in front of people's faces, and so that when we go to conventions, when we go to ranch rodeos, that people see what we do, and I think that makes a difference.
Do you want to touch on the time commitment piece of it as you've become more committed to it? Because, yeah, you talked about, that $50 a month to you had a video take off and now it's done incredible things and your wife is able to stay home with your kids.
Yeah, the time commitment was very short at first. I mean, I would pull out my phone and take the video. It wouldn't take me very long. I would edit it when I get home. And so making a video once a week or once every other week really wasn't much of a time commitment. But once I saw the value that it could bring is really when I started to dive in. And so as it's brought more value to the ranch has also seen the value that it brings. And so they're letting me ride this wave of what I'm doing. And so over the past 2 years, I've actually stepped back from responsibility on the ranch and moved towards more responsibility of social media and marketing. And I'm still on the ranch every day. Like this morning, we were weaning calves, and I mean, every morning I'm at the saddle house and we're getting ready to ranch. But my responsibilities have stepped back, and I get to do more things like this, whether that's being on a podcast, having an episode of my own, or just brainstorming about what can I share. And I can't leave the ranch because that's where a lot of my content comes from, right? And I don't want to. I like where I'm at, but my content comes from the things that we do on the ranch, and I think that's the best part is that I don't have to really be super creative because I just share what we're doing on the ranch. Like right now, my content is about weaning and what we do and why.
Absolutely. Now, with monetization, have you primarily gone the route of having, say, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube pay you for the traction you're getting there, whether it's views, engagement? All the platforms are a little different. Do you prioritize more like brand partnerships with other companies, or do you do a combination of both?
Right. Yeah, it's definitely from both. Um, competition is good, and when those platforms are competing for your time, it really changes how each platform pays. And learning about that's interesting to me, especially the past 4 years, just jumping into that and learning. Um, but I do a combination of the two. I would say more than 50% of the income would come from brand partnerships. And I've been I've been a stickler of trying to work with long-term brand partnerships that want to work with me on a year contract or multi-year contract that they're products that I already use or that I use every day on the ranch, whether it's shirts, whether it's weed spray, whether it's boots, like things that I'm already wearing that I can just, or things that I'm already using that I can just put into my uh, on all my platforms without making it feel like a commercial because people don't want to be sold to, I don't think, on the socials. Like I really thrive in the edutainment or the entertainment side and putting in some education with it. And that's where I thrive the most, and I have the most fun also because making a commercial isn't always very fun, uh, and that's why I do it because it is fun.